Hello guys and welcome back. We are here getting ready to jump into the top four. For those that missed the top 8 game, Whitebeard and Zoro. An amazing game to watch. If you missed out on it and you want to watch the VOD, go ahead and do so. It'll be on the YouTube channel.
Went to the wire.
TAC Games AU. Huh?
Went to the wire.
It went to the wire, yeah. It was one of those games that you expect from like the top cut tables. Down to the last 4 decks, we've got Zoro and Whitebeard off stream. Is that right?
Yep.
And then on stream, we're going to have Luffy taking on Zoro here as well. Yeah.
Fair to assume that we're going to have a red final.
Oh, I mean, fair to assume that the top 8 was all red, and we expected that. A lot of the, I wouldn't say rogue decks, but the less popular decks got knocked out in the top 16. There was green, purple, and blue, all in the top 16, which was amazing. We'll get those deck lists for you guys, and we'll chuck it up on our Facebook page once it's done. But we're here to talk about the top 4 game here. Ben taking on Jasper. Ben was on stream in the top 16 game with Luffy.
Against Zoro as well.
Against Zoro, so he has proven himself that he can definitely deal with it. And I think that's obviously some of the mindset that people have, right? Like they understand what the meta is going to be, and they understand what they're going to see a lot more of, and they try to adapt to that and then make their own kind of like counter to it, right? And it's proven, obviously, Ben piloting Luffy to top 4 now. Yep. I think he was the only Luffy player in top 16.
Yeah, and there just wasn't that many throughout the whole day, to be honest. So, it was definitely a very smart pick to bring Luffy, a deck that he felt comfortable with, and obviously has such high value to be able to counter what we expected to be a sea of Whitebeard.
Yeah.
Just being able to inherently make your leader a 6k attacker.
Exactly right. And Jasper going first, not using the Don for anything, so might not have saw an army searcher. If he's running chopper blockers, not too sure. But yeah, Luffy opting in to play one Nami to search
and a Gordon,
and a Gordon with those 2 Don. And we obviously speak about it so much. Red has so many good low-cost cards that you always feel like you are playing something impactful. You never really feel like you're playing something that's not going to help you in any way, shape, or form, right?
Yeah.
There's another low-cost card. Curly for 2, looking at the top 5, grabbing the Sunny-kun.
Yeah, being able to grab a 1-drop. We've seen that Gordon be so impactful as well, you know, being able to play it in these earlier turns, and then once a bigger threat comes down, from there you can use the Gordon to minus it and move it comfortably with a pistol or a jet pistol. Yeah,
and Jasper taking the Nico Robin from the Nami search, and again just using all your Don to, like, there's no loss of cards here, right? The Curly grabbed another card, the Nami grabbed another card, so playing 2 bodies, being able to replenish your hand with another 2 cards, and having that board presence now with the Zoro lead is just insane. And Ben setting up his next turn, playing the Nico Robin.
Yeah, which can do a bit of cleanup to some of these lower cost cards.
And even though obviously Luffy can attach a rested Don, he opted to play the Nico after he swung with his leader. Didn't want to obviously get hit by the jet pistol from life if it did come through, and then just waste paying 3 Don for the Nico Robin, right? So even though the leader ability is there and it's an extra 1k, it ended up being that Jasper took that life anyway. So really heads up play from Ben to do it that way.
Takes the life, and we see the Gordon immediately coming down. Straight into the Vista. Just recognising how impactful that Nico Robin can be.
And against Zoro, absolutely. When, 50% of your deck is like, 3 or less to, and puts in work. And Jasper's already revealed the Sunny-kun. He's obviously, got multiple little weenies on the board already, identifying that the Nico Robin is going to cause problems the longer it stays on the board. It's a no-brainer. And perfect.
Double 2k. Tama.
Setting yourself off for defense, setting your bodies up, and there's another Nico Robin. And now Jasper's going to have to figure out a way to obviously deal with this again if he does have another Gordon Vista combo, or if it's something else.
Both players really kind of fighting to maintain that board kind of state. That whoever starts swinging first with their board is probably going to lose at the following turn, and it's more likely that Zoro's going to start swinging with his board than it is for Luffy. More likely we'll keep the Nami and the Curly inactive and utilize the Gordon later on.
We're just going to see it here. So instantly the attach one Don to the lead. Seeing how this obviously is going to kind of go, but nothing to swing into except for lead here, right? Ben's on 3 life, Jasper's on 4, and just has so many bodies on the board already to start swinging with. So there's 7k.
Yeah.
Trying to bait out here, figuring out what...
And here it starts getting into the kind of true sequencing of it. Ooh, jet pistol.
Jet pistol from Ben.
Just trying to decide what wants to hit.
Yep.
Sunny-kun,
yeah.
Sunny-kun definitely gets the most value
Absolutely.
In the Zoro deck. Just being able to easily get that card up to very high power with a combination of the Markano and things like that.
Yep.
Which just isn't available with the Vista.
And Jasper tapping 3 for the Rush Zoro. Now it's going to go to 8, and the double 2k combo to get out of it. Without hesitation, Ben just slapped them both down.
Yeah, just knew what options were available with that Don, and it prepared.
And now Nico Robin has survived the turn that he can actually start being impactful.
Yeah.
One Don underneath.
Swing into that Zoro character card is a card out of hand and a card off field.
Yep. And it's just going to put in so much work here as well. And if Ben decides to play something here, he's also going to be able to use that Don to put onto Nico Robin, so he just gets maximum value.
Yeah, and that's where the value of this Luffy leader comes in. When you have cards that just require 1 Don for their effect, you can comfortably play things and then use that Don to get the extra effect.
Exactly right, and just poking at the bear now.
Yeah, just 4 cards in hand.
Exactly. If it goes away without having to use Nico Robin to swing into it, you're laughing. And he knows. Jasper's just like, all right.
Recognises that he just can't afford to use a card from hand in this position.
And that's actually Jasper at 4 life.
Yeah,
Still sitting very comfortably, but we've seen it time and time again. That can be halved, brought down to nothing in literally a turn. So Ben's not really worried about the high life total, but that will give Jasper more cards in hand, considering that he's sitting at 4 cards so far. And right now, the board does look a little bit threatening if you're Ben. But yeah, using the Nico Robin.
The Vista.
Yep. And swinging in for 5. A lot of value in that. And still leaving, I think it's 7 Don available for Ben.
Yeah. A couple of Rush Luffys.
Does have a Rush Luffy, and then it's going to be able to attach that 1 Don that we mentioned from the leader ability.
Yeah. Just deciding whether it gets to this play.
Yep. And he does, yeah. And touching that Don. No.
For the side of it.
Touching. He hasn't attached the Don just yet.
No.
The rest of Don. He has played the Luffy.
Yeah, could perhaps just want to keep it inactive.
Yeah, well, that's.
Anyone attacking
exactly. If he does swing now, he obviously leaves it vulnerable, and instead attaching 2.
We're gonna get a 5k swing in.
Oh no, he's still gonna touch 1 anyway.
Yeah. Just to, jet pistol.
Yeah, exactly.
Always something you gotta be mindful of.
Yep. So we've got a 7k Rush Luffy, we've got a 5k Curly.
Yeah.
Swinging with the Curly first, getting the Nico Robin out of hand, and just adding that extra card into hand, which was a Rush Luffy as well for Jasper. The board state for Ben looking really scary right now, though.
Yeah. And you're in a great position here where if Zoro commits to trying to remove this board,
next turn you just
Whitebeard and you've got the 2 life to kind of sit behind, and then from there you can really gain control.
Yep. And you probably see Jasper here put 1 Don under the Zoro lead, swing with Curly into the opposing Curly, or even maybe into the Nico Robin if you're feeling comfortable, and just try to use your own weenies to really start controlling your opponent's board. But it really depends what Jasper has in his hand right now to deal with this. And again, he's got his own Rush Zoro. He's just straight Whitebeard.
Yeah. 7k swing
into the Rush Luffy, maybe. No, into life.
I think you're probably too concerned about swinging into the Rush Luffy and getting a 2k counter out. That will probably just be devastating, whereas you'd rather just guarantee that damage.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Ben does have another Rush Luffy in hand, so if he decides to drop it down, he might actually use the Gordon first.
Yeah, we could see some kind of combination to try and remove this Whitebeard card off the field. And like we said at the start, that Gordon's been there since turn 1.
Yeah.
It's not impactful enough to remove
Correct.
with like a jet pistol, for example.
Correct.
But it just puts in so much work at removing some of these big threats. And we see the Whitebeard SR
exactly.
back-to-back coming down from Ben to give his leader the 7k.
Yep.
And just be a bit more defensive on the following turn.
I mean, he can still attach the one rested Don, right? If he wanted to give it to the Rush Luffy and then have 2 7k swings.
Yeah, or even swing at lead if he wanted to.
Yeah, yep. Deciding to just go 7 into 7.
Yep. Get a card from hand. Very back and forth this game.
Yeah. Very similar, obviously, play styles of both decks, right?
Yeah. A lot of shared cards between the two.
Yeah.
Only needs a 1k counter to get out of this card, but we can see him playing around with like the Otama, perhaps just trying to,
there you go, Curly.
The Curly's come.
And yeah, I would assume he just attaches it to the Rush Luffy, but the question is, do you want to attach it to the Rush Luffy and then have that
open to be attacked?
Exactly. Like, how do you play your advantage here? And again, we spoke about this, and he does end up going that way.
He wants the card out of hand.
Yep. Or he wants him to take the life, right?
Yeah.
And there's a 2k. Happy with that.
Yeah. I think you're comfortable to try and counter out here rather than go down to 1, just because you know that Whitebeard's on the field and just how much pressure that card can put on. You're going back down to 5 the following turn.
And now Ben's at 7k on his lead for the next turn. He's using the last Don to swing 5 at Nico just to get rid of the Nami, which makes sense.
I mean, you're a 7k leader though. I guess if you've got no other use for that Don, you might as well get some value out of it.
Yeah, well, that's right. And it's possible because if he uses Makino to give the Nami, oh yeah, you're right.
It's still a lot.
You're right. Because his leader is 7.
Yeah.
And now you've put Nico Robin in a spot where it can be KO'd because it's a 4K and it's not in active mode.
Yeah, very interesting play there.
Yeah, interesting. But I mean, maybe Ben feels like, if he does use a turn to swing into the Nico now, that's beneficial for him too.
Of course, yeah. Absolutely. You'd hate to be in a position where that last life is like a radical beam or something and you just don't have the Don to be able to
play it and use it. Yeah, absolutely.
It's I mean, he's gotten this far. He knows what he's doing.
Absolutely. Exactly right. Maybe Ben knows it's not a radical beam and he's just like, you know what? I'll use that last Don, get rid of the Nami, and please swing into my Nico.
Just mapping out the turn here. Both players now with minimal hand sizes. They've got to be in the 3 or 4 kind of area.
Yeah.
12k Whitebeard swing.
Going to be able to pop the Gordon. Yeah. And this is a very interesting position. I think Ben is on 1 life.
It does look like it, doesn't it? Yeah.
12k into his lead right now.
7, yeah.
Looks like Ben does have 5 cards, 6 cards actually. Yeah. Takes the last life. Oh, gets a Rush Luffy. So now the question is...
Those top 3 cards?
Sorry, that's 13k actually, the Whitebeard, because Zoro had the 1 Don underneath. So if you go Zoro here and you attach...
So that'd be 12.
You attach the other 6.
That's a 13k leader swing.
And he's going for it.
Yeah.
7, 9, 11, 12, 13. Yeah. Oh, he didn't have the extra 1k because he got the Rush Zoro from it. Oh, man. A 1k off life and you just win the game, and instead, it just goes completely the other way. So
down to the wire.
Wow. And that's this is the...
I do wonder, say you don't put that Don under the Robin.
Yep.
Do you think the Zoro player still makes that same play out of fear of potentially a radical beam? Do you feel like you're that behind that you must go for game there, or do you try and clear the field? Because that one Don, leaving that open in active mode, I mean, what did you do? You removed a Nami,
Yeah.
which wasn't really
Did nothing.
putting much pressure
Would have
on.
done nothing for you next turn.
Do you bait the event
Yeah,
and
yeah.
potential victory? If you make that play and he's got a radical beam in hand, you lose.
Yeah. Yeah. And the other option there was as well. So Zoro was 14k, right?
In the last swing?
And the last
13,
swing
13.
was it 13?
Yeah, two Don went under the.
Okay. Yeah, the white beard.
Yeah.
And then another 8 for 13. So both cards were 13. I was going to say you try to get out of the white beard SR, but you still
didn't have
lose.
enough.
You still
Yeah,
lose it.
he
It's
didn't
still
have
13 each.
Yeah.
And the fact that the life was the rush Zoro, any other card that had at least a 1k combo, he wins the next turn. He was even. He was even. And then he got the rush Luffy from the top, from the life, and he had 3 dead cards in hand. So any 1k from the life, the game literally turns on that point. It's we've seen it today, we've seen it yesterday, we've seen it from the start of the game.
Yeah.
It really is like one turn changes everything. If you don't win on one turn and you know you're going to lose on the next turn, you might as well go for the Hail Mary.
Yeah, absolutely. And it wasn't like an overcommit from the Ben either. He comfortably played the Whitebeard and expected to be able to sit behind the 7k leader.
Yep.
But it just wasn't able to get out of that
there,
last attack.
yeah. And it is hard to say what he would have done if he had the one Don active. Again, he probably would have felt like he was in a position where he might have lost the next turn and still went for it.
Exactly, and that does happen as well. But it's just it plays into your opponent making that mistake.
Absolutely.
As opposed to knowing that they've got that option available.
Absolutely. So both players just using their searches. Ben going first using Nami for his turn 1, and Jasper being able to use 2 for the curly and grabbing the Sunny Kun.
Like we've seen in the top 16 and the top 8 match, both of these players and every player that we've had on stream today, very experienced, very comfortable to be able to push these to a game 3.
Yes, absolutely. So it's going to be interesting to see how Ben manages to deal with the game 2 pressure.
Yeah, now you've got to adjust. You're on stream.
You're down 1.
Fear of elimination at this point.
Yep. And you're coming up obviously against some top tier players. Obviously you're in here for a reason, and so are they. And Ben obviously opting the double Gordon, and then swinging with lead for 7 to just confirm the damage early on.
We could see these Gordons kind of sit here just waiting for that Whitebeard SR to come down. We've got a jet pistol that's been revealed, so there is an option there later on to remove that and just prevent that guaranteed damage that Whitebeard basically just sets up.
Yeah.
You've got a minimum of a 11k attack in combination with your leader ability that is just devastating.
And now Jasper's got 2 Sunny Kuns on the field already. The curly. And there is a lot of pressure that you're staring down if you're Ben right now.
A lot of 5k attacks that can very easily come out.
Yep. And there you go. Gordon's going to neg, and he's just going to...
Yeah, we're going to see a Vista most likely.
You would expect to, but first the leader swing was 6.
Yeah, even Ben was expecting it. He
already put it into the drop. He was ready to go into the drop, but he's just like, hold on.
There we
and
go.
Here it is, that's it.
We'll just throw you off your game.
And then now, for the committal of another 2 Don, both Sunny Kun is going to be on 5 if he wants to go that route.
Yeah.
But Ben's thinking about what he.
No, he was already knew that.
He knew that there was a swing coming. Yeah.
He's just fucking around with his opponent.
Interesting that he opted to do the 2 Don onto the Nami to swing.
Yeah.
Instead of the 1 on each Sunny Kun and go for 2 5s.
Yeah, I think he just knows that the later on this gets, the less value he's going to be able to get from Nami. He wants to keep Sunny Kun available for later on, so get the value for the Nami earlier up.
Yeah.
$6k into lead.
Easy 2k combo out, and then here comes a rush Luffy.
Yeah. Leader effect.
Yep. 7k into lead. Just instantly snaps it up.
remaining in the top 4, we have the 2 leaders on stream, as well as a Zoro and a Whitebeard off stream. So they're playing it out at the moment for the chance to
the finals.
get to the final, to get to the grand final. You know,
could be a Zoro mirror for all we know at the end of this.
Yeah.
Will be interesting to see, but regardless, it's all going to be red. And the Makino giving the bonus to Gordon, and Gordon swinging in for 5.
Just
both got healthy hands.
Yeah, just get another card out of hand here.
Yep.
Yeah, it has been an all red top 8.
Top 8 was all red. Yeah, 16 had a few stragglers, a few other coloured leads, but
what's that? 13 red decks.
13 red decks in top 16. Yeah, I think it was 13, maybe 12.
Oh yeah, it could be.
Might have been two
we did
kids.
See a couple of decks that we weren't able to see. Like, weren't able to make it to.
But they got knocked out first round. First round. And now just going to see how much pressure Jasper can put on here. 4 cards left in Ben's hand. Still double Sunny Kun still available. Vista and Curly obviously also possible threats here. And, you know, the 1 Don under lead not only makes him a 6k, but gives 4k total power to the rest of the board.
Yeah.
So an insane ability for a deck at like this caliber.
Yeah, that's just able to go wide very easily. We see Luffy being able to give that 1 extra Don at any point.
Yeah.
But, you know, Zoro being able to give 4 quote Don to
exactly.
all of these cards.
Exactly.
And if there was ever a position where you needed to clear Luffy's board, it's going to be now. And the Makino, just sitting along the side there.
Yep. So he can actually use, everything here to just kind of clear the little bodies.
Yeah.
Put him. He's still comfortable here.
If you're going to commit to it, it's got to be now.
Exactly.
You've got to get that Luffy off the field, and even that Gordon and Nami.
Yeah, the Curly's going to swing. You know, he's going to get rid of the Gordon. You know, the leader can try and swing in and get rid of the Luffy. He might even attach 1 or 2 more Don.
Yeah, I think there will
just
be
guarantee
some kind of Don commitment to get that Luffy off the field.
Just depends on what's in Jasper's hand, of course. Like, he does have another Gordon from what we can see. Okay, interesting. I was going to say I'd be a little bit shocked if he didn't attach another Don. Oh, he went for life instead.
Yeah,
wow.
That's a jet pistol in hand.
He's got the Rush Zoro,
Yeah.
which is another 6k. Oh, he's just going... Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
Wow. Well, Jasper just taking a total of
2 damage there.
2 damage.
Yeah, lost almost his whole field.
Board's gone. And wow, like...
And Zoro still has a very comfortable amount of cards on field.
Yep.
That can... Ooh, okay. This is going to mitigate some of those 5k swings.
Yep.
Just dropping the Newgate SR here.
Yep. And then I would assume Ben is probably going to use the leader to swing into the Rush Zoro. And just make sure that, like, you know... There is no possibility.
Kind of viable attacker.
Absolutely. There is no possibility of swinging with a 6k. And
Jasper's going to allow it to stay on the field.
Yep. 2k combo. If he did swing into the Zoro, that's the... I mean, we can't obviously hear what's going on, but the leader was 8k. And he did use a 2k on the Zoro 3 cost.
No, I used 2.
Oh, he did use 2Ks?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
A Brook and a Tama.
I saw the Brook. I didn't get to see that there was another card underneath, but yeah. Understanding the value of that Rush Luffy, right? Rush Zoro, yeah.
Just that he needs that card to put pressure on.
Yeah. And swing 7 into lead. Another 7 coming into lead now as well, and trying to really...
Yeah, we could see the remainder.
Oh, man, he's doing it again.
There it is.
And he's done it.
Jasper takes it 2-0.
Wow.
That's a lot of cards and very little counter.
Yeah, wow. That false sense of security for Whitebeard.
Yeah.
The SR, right?
Just thinking you're able to sit comfortably behind that 7k leader just wasn't enough.
Yeah. And just look at the hand. Like, nothing you can really do with that. Like, you know.
Yeah.
That's the quickest round that I think we've had in the top 16 today. That went for 24 minutes, a best of 3.
Yeah.
Insane.
Jasper just being able to close it out.
Understand what he needs to do.
2 games.
Yeah.
Probably not a deck that he's come across much over the last 2 days.
The Luffy?
Perhaps
absolutely.
These 2 players are just so comfortable with all the matchups that he just knew what he needed to do. And he was able to stick to his game plan, really. Like,
And that's going to be it. So now we've got Jasper obviously on Zoro. He's going to be in the finals, which is coming up. I'd say maybe in the next, probably be a little bit longer, guys. It might be about half an hour, a bit longer than half an hour, depending. They are still 2 red decks playing off stream. So that actually might be done quicker than the actual time limit that is needed. But once they are done, we will be back with the grand final match to determine who is the champion of the first offline regional for OCE.
And we either have a Zoro mirror or a Zoro Whitebeard.
Yeah. Red.
Red all over the place,
Probably both playing Newgate SR anyway. But look, regardless of what it is, guys, we will be bringing you that game, and hopefully it's not going to take too long. But yeah, you really don't want to miss this one. This is going to be the final game from us. Hopefully you're enjoying the stream, and make sure you stick around for the finale, and we'll be back soon.